Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another pumping day on the markets. I mean, you can't be too unhappy about that. We're getting our green candles slowly and surely, and so yeah, bring it on. Very, very exciting. We had a little bit of a dip back yesterday on PulseChain. It's starting to recover now, moving up with the rest of the markets, and so we're going to go through all that today. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of everything. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Stock market, crypto, of course, PulseChain. We're going to get into some of the new protocols that have launched, new farm. Of course, and we're going to get into a new metaverse on PulseChain, sort of a game metaverse, I guess. PulseLands is the token is out and it's pumping, and apparently it's going to be launching on the 3rd of August. So that's not too far away either. And yes, exciting stuff. So we've got lots of cool projects launching on PulseChain, and of course we've got many cool projects out there at the moment, just pumping out amazing returns. And I can think of so many of the farms that we've been covering, like Emmett, Nexion, Axel. It's just incredible, right? Incredible. So yeah, and of course Vox out there too, offering high yield. So they've been doing a great job. But we've got a new farm on the horizon at the moment. Pulsium is out there in the last couple of days, pumping. And then we've got PulseLands launching. So I think things are getting pretty exciting on the old PulseChain. And it's funny because I just did that presentation yesterday. And of course, we're talking about all the pump mentals for Hex and PulseChain, and included development, right? Developers building. And boy, we're getting some super exciting DeFi. And of course, PulseChain is at the forefront of DeFi. And we get some of the best tokenomics designers in the world playing on PulseChain. So it's kind of exciting to have that. PulseChain is the new Wall Street. You heard it here first. PulseChain is the new Wall Street. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. So very, very exciting. We've got Frank Whitehouse there. Good to see you, Frank. Hey, woohoo. Hey, yo. Bang, PulseChain in the house there. And if you haven't checked out, if you want to find out PulseChain's ecosystem, you definitely got to go to Frank White's site. That is Pulse Start there. In fact, let me see if I can find it on my list here. It might be on my other browser, though. PLS Start there we go. We've got it. And I'm going to post that in the chat there. Why not? Let's get that out there. You should definitely save this to your favorites. And you can thank Frank White for that. It's got the whole ecosystem of PulseChain on it. So that's it right there. Bam. You can hit that link and save it to your favorites and visit as often as you want to get access to all the cool sites. Kind of cool. All right. Let's jump into it as well. We've got Hexvader in house. Hey. Good to see Hexvader. Big shout out there. We got Q-Baller as well. Morning all. Good to see you, Q-Baller. Hope you're doing well. We got Hexvader. Smash the likes and share the show. Definitely share the show. In fact, I think I've got a link there, right there. Yes, share the show on X. It really does remind you. Now, I saw another influencer saying the same thing. Share the show out. And they go, you probably all know. But the problem is that people forget every time they come back to the show. So, you just watch the show. It's just like anything. And maybe you're getting your cup of coffee or whatever. But definitely you've got to remind people to go and repost every single day. It's just the way it goes. And so get out there, repost. And it only takes a second to do it. If you're on YouTube or on X, get out there, folks, and share it around and pump your own bags. Yeah, great. If you want people to onboard a PulseChain, perfect to come here. Daily show, 8 p.m. Eastern. But of course, now we've got Crypto Paradise doing daily shows as well. So, things are really starting to ramp up for PulseChain. Woo-hoo! So let's go. What else do we got? Hexgrader says, let's go. PulseChain on the membrane. Absolutely. And PulseChain insane, as we say. Pump up the Wookie says, Wookie, good to see you, Wookie. Big shout out. We got Brennan as well. My finger is on the Pulsium. Oh, really, Brennan? Oh, do tell. You have to jump in the Discord afterwards. Jump in the Discord and we'll have a chat about that. I've got something else I want to chat to you about as well. So if you're available, Brennan, jump in. The other thing, of course, is if you haven't joined Discord, the link's in the video description. It's only $12.50 for community membership. It is a private Discord. We have a crypto helpline in there. We have all the links to PulseChain and much more. And there we have obviously chat groups and really, really cool things in there. So definitely join up. And if you want to join Strategy Club, that's next level. It's $35 a month, really great value. and you get access to the monthly report. You get access to the top 10 index. You get access to the strategy chats. You can ask all sorts of questions. And of course, you also get all the regular updates in the strategy chat as well. So it's a really great resource there, particularly if you're busy. So jump into Strategy Club, links in the video description for that. We got Tin Top in the house there. What's up, Tin Top? Good shout out, Tin Top, one of our longest supporting members on the channel as well. So big shout out for that, Tin Top. Appreciate that. We got Hex to Mars in the house there. RH Peppy, yeah. Well, Peppy was doing really well, wasn't it? So the old RH Peppy pump tires definitely been doing very well indeed. We got Sean in the house there. Hormonal. I don't know if it's just me or it seems like the Pulse core coins seem to look like a powder keg. Can someone hand me a match? Oh, woohoo! I like that. That's some explosive talk there, Sean. That's some explosive short talk as well. We got Frank White in the house there. Big thanks from PLO Start. Appreciate that, Frank White. Nice, cool little super sticker there. Appreciate it. And a big shout out for that. Apparently, I can go and hit the star on that, can I? Let me try go do that. I have to go jump on the YouTube there. Let me go and have a look. This is what Brendan showed me last time, since I don't often get too close to that. Let's have a look here. Oh, we're actually in the wrong one. So let me go to the channel here. We've got Duke of Booze on the old Superman Crypto. Big shout out over there on Superman Crypto. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels and, of course, 1 on X as well. So very, very excited to have you all here. We've seen really big growth in PulseChain X recently too. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms, they do their own thing. Yeah, we're really climbing on the old subscribers over on PulseChain X. So big shout out to all the new members. Very, very cool. So maybe it's a sign of things to come. But let me get into the old one there, and let's put a heart on that. Bam, there we go. That's pushed it to the top, I think. Is that what it does? I guess it does. And so big shout out there. And Brendan says can do. Yeah, catch you after the live in the Discord there, Brendan. We're going to have a little chat. Hopefully I'm going to remember what I'm going to talk to you about, but hopefully that happens. We got Duke of Booze in the house as well. Cheers, everybody. Welcome. All right, without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Let's get straight into the action. And let me just see whether there's anything in the updates that I've been doing recently. No, there's nothing there in particular I'm going to talk about. But yeah, wow. We got stock market today. Let's get into that, shall we? Stock market today, I think so. And kick off with that. So stock market day, another record, man. We just keep driving up records after records. It's pretty crazy. S&P 500, NASDAQ ride Alphabet climb to Clint's record close. It's the AI era, right? The fourth industrial age. I guess some people have a fifth categorization, but fourth industrial age, the age of intelligence, so-called. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe the intelligence from the robots, but the people in the world, all those progressives out there, I don't know. It's like we're in the insane age, the age of insanity. I think people will look in the future back and they go, the age of insanity. They'll probably see it like that, where the progressives absolutely obliterated just about everything they touched. But we got good stuff happening now with Trump coming in with common sense. And building up probably the greatest economic age we will see for the all century, I guess. Leadership does play a big role in getting heading in the right direction, as we know, as we found out over the last few years. What else? That we know what bad leadership looks like. Just look at the 20th century with all those wars, right? But we've got a bit of that still going in play. It's always the same culprits doing it. You can work it out for yourself. We got the Dow Jones at the moment down 0.7%, 316 points to 44,700. We got the S&P 500 is just up slightly, 4 points there to 6,363. But the NASDAQ making a nice little move there, up 1/5%, 38 points to 21,057. And boy, if we go to the max chart on the little chart we got up here, we hit the old Dow Jones. We can see that is pushing high. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, look, under the Trump era, I wouldn't be surprised if we get up. I'm going to say some crazy numbers here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get up to 60, 70,000 on the Dow Jones. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be crazy because we're probably going to be hitting 3%, maybe even 4 or 5% during the Trump era in economic growth. You heard me say that here. Yeah, you did. I think it's going to be insanity. These are numbers that we haven't seen from by my account since the 1940s, 50s. I mean, we're talking about massive growth rates in the United States. Remember when they were always talking about Japan in the 90s, and then they're talking about China in like the early 2000s, the 2010s. Their growth rate's amazing, and it was because it's off a lower base too. But of course, now we're going to see some pretty alpha growth rates from the United States. and a lot of it's going to be driven by energy boom, right? AI boom, and the convergence of all those technologies for robotics and computer power. And I think for me, so part of the last holy grail is what they call perpetual or infinite battery power. Where it goes through like 10,000 cycles or more, depending on how you set that up. But I think we're going to see the convergence of all that. It's going to be unbelievably mind-blowing. Some of that we're going to see in early 2027 when we see if Musk is on track with his landing on Mars. We're going to see Optimus robots land on Mars. It's going to look like something out of Star Wars or Star Trek. It's going to be unbelievable. It is going to be crazy, guys. And it's all during the golden age of America. We're about to have the best couple of years. We probably just came out of some of the worst recent couple of years. You're thinking of obviously all the progressives locking us down with no evidence, but pretending there's evidence, those guys. And then, of course, 2008 was the Great Recession. It was the last time we really got hit, right? So, 2020, 2021, 2008, and, of course, 2001, we had the tech boom as well, for those old enough to remember that. I know it's hardly any of you remember any of that, right? You guys are all like 15. You're like 15. Oh yeah. All right. So there we go. So that is kind of the play at the moment on the old markets. Let's have a look. Alphabet rises on strong quarter, which is pretty cool. Now we've got the Magnificent Seven, right? So we've had 2 of the Magnificent Seven report. And of course, now remember, everyone was dogging Tesla, right? Everyone was dogging Tesla. Well, Tesla's going to, I think, shock people in the future. It's going to absolutely shock people. And so that's going to be a probably really good play there on the stocks at the moment. So kind of cool. Now, obviously, trade deals. We've had tons of trade deals start to come through, including some of the Southeast Asian countries. So we had the UK. We've got tentatively, we've got this China one. We've got Vietnam. We've got Indonesia. I think we've got other countries coming in to play. We had Japan recently, right? Japan. And then, of course, we're probably just waiting for Europe. Looks like Europe's coming in this week, I think. So European may be very close. It's a bit more complicated with Europeans with all those nations in it. But that's getting closer. Excuse me. But China really is the elephant in the room, and I think that's pretty much going to be done. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to everything getting in place. That's all I can say about that. Hexamars says hit the like button on the way in. Definitely do that. We've got Auras as well with the fire. Feel the fire. And of course, Wookie as well. Wookie remembers Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah. I don't know if you've seen on YouTube, there's a little video of a little kid that comes into Hulk Hogan and he does the whole rendition in front of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan interacts. It's absolutely fantastic. Little kid does a great job. And of course, it just shows you how it doesn't matter how many generations later, you always get some massive fans coming in for that. We've got Blair in the house as well. Good to see you, Blair. Hi all. Big welcome there. So yeah, we got good stuff happening there, and we got more optimism about the US and European trade deal coming through. And it looks like we'll probably have a baseline tariff of 15%. We are forecasting pretty much around $300 billion in tariff income per year. And of course, the CBO forecast over 10 years, 2.8 trillion. I don't know if it will ever get that much because I'm not sure how long the tariffs will stay around. Maybe stay around during the period of Trump's era. But it's going to, we already see the first budget surplus since 2015 for the US federal deficit. So it turned surplus. So isn't that crazy? Trump wins, winning, and more winning. And slowly and surely, we're getting rid of the fake media, mainstream media. Slowly, it's a slow death, but we've seen some good progress there with that absolute Marxist globalist propaganda constantly just wrecking our society. So it's good to see the death knell on those. So that is pretty much where we are at the moment. Obviously, we've got the Federal Reserve. That is the elephant in the room, really. That's the last sort of thing left. And I don't know if you saw it today, but Trump went to the federal building, and of course, Jerome Powell was there, and Trump was having him on right in front of him in the construction of the building, the main building. And of course, Trump was going, actually, we see that it's going over line for about $3.3 billion or something. Trump pulls out a letter, and because Jerome Powell's going, no, it can't be, surely not. He says, I've just got the letter. And then Jerome Powell looks at it and goes, this is about the third building. So not only have they got the second building that's overrun, but they got the third building that's included in there. And Jerome Powell thought that was a good way out of it, but it's actually a worse way out of it because they're even building even more probably surplus capacity they don't even need because the whole project's just laughable. Trump had him on big time there, obviously talking about interest rates. Jerome Powell trying to stand up to the president there It was hilarious. It was hilarious. You got to go check that out. All right, at the moment, of course, we've got 5 days and 70 hours to go until the next Fed meeting, 30th of July. We're expecting a no change in interest rates there, 96%. And that's kind of where we are. We may very well, the market is expecting a 25 basis point cut in September the 17th. That may, any cut, I think, even 25 basis points, that would be pretty much the final seal of approval for altcoin season. We would start to probably see a massive run up for that. But 25 basis points is pretty pithy. You remember inflation's around 2.5%. We'll keep monitoring any of the numbers that keep coming in, but we're looking for a massive boom in there. We should see a 1-to-1, right? Should be more like 2.5. We have the federal funds rate at 4.5%. Should be more like 2.5, like inflation. But at the moment, it is way above, and we're only expecting pretty pithy cuts, 25 basis points, which is quarter of a percentage point. That is what we're expecting at the moment. So that would take us down to 4.25, which is, it's positive. It's heading in the right direction, but pretty lame still. We obviously want interest rates to get down, closer to 2.5%. Trump, of course, has talked about 1.5. I think that's probably a bit too low, but 2.5 is definitely a good mark to head to. And of course, that would mean that all the federal debt, I think is about 11 trillion, I think this year, due for renewal. And so that would get fixed at lower rates. But more importantly, is that obviously that's going to affect the rest of the financial economy in the United States, making cash cheaper, costs cheaper, therefore a boom on the demand side. And the other side, of course, is risk on for investments, right? If you're only earning much lower interest rates in banks, etc., then you're going to go for more risk. And that is the boom. And of course, with record monetary printing with the M2 supply, we have got the perfect setup along with the crypto cycle, and of course now we've got the leadership of the United States with its digital strategy opening up crypto like we've never seen before. We just had Crypto Week last week with the Genius Act, and of course the Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, talking about $2 trillion or more coming into crypto. Particularly, a lot of that will benefit Ethereum, and on that back we had Circle and Tether will be beneficiaries, and so will Ethereum. And of course, what we've seen Tom Lee set up Bitmine, and we've sort of seen some of the gaming companies come in. Everybody wants to come in, and it's just the beginning. We're going to see the biggest boom in Ethereum we've ever seen. So those that remember, everyone was thinking, Ethereum is pretty much almost dead in the sense, and the second layers have eaten their lunch. Well, it's about to go different because we're about to have a massive flood of stablecoins. We're sitting at about $250 million of stablecoins at the moment. So going to 2 trillion, you can imagine the impact of that on crypto. Absolutely massive. We already see corporates and institutions starting to move into that. And we saw that on the strategic reserve. So things are about to get real. This is mind-boggling. You guys hear it. You guys, I don't know. Put in the chat there if you realize. Just say it. If you realize that we're in the greatest movement of crypto revaluations in front of us that we're ever going to see. It's going to be insane. I think probably the only thing maybe similar is that back in the 2017 we'd had the big Bitcoin rally. We went like $850 or something like that, up to 19,000. What's it, 960 or something? It's going to be insane, guys. The re-rate in crypto right now is going to be absolutely insane. So perfect timing. If you've come here, timing is everything, and it looks like you've arrived at the right place, at the right time. So pretty bullish there. We get this interest rate cut though. It really is that final little move for the banana part of the curve. 17th of September. Keep it in your calendars. All right, so that brings us into crypto. So we're going to go full screen here. We got Blair in the house there. Hi all, as I think we said hello to Blair. We got Q Baller says, a bit like the Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors, yeah. We got, come on, man. Why did you have to bring that up, says Brennan. Why did you have to bring it up? That's just the way it goes. You're talking about Q Baller there. I think you're talking about Q Baller with the rugby game. But we got crypto at the moment is 3.94 trillion. Down 3.4%, but that is based on all the tokens, 17,790 tokens on CoinGecko. But we've got the Bitcoin at the moment looking pretty strong, $118,379, down 0.6%. We've got Ethereum has had a little rebound after yesterday's little pullback. We're at $3,719, up 1.6%. XRP down 2.5%. Down at $3.16. Remember, XRP Ripple is the interbank trading platform, and they will be a key beneficiary of obviously stablecoins, because stablecoins also has an implication on world payments, right? They've been using the old SWIFT system and things like that, which are You pay your $25, get a telegraphic transfer. You get the SWIFT codes from one bank to another bank, and it takes maybe 24 to 30 to 72 hours to get through or something like that. But now, of course, with Ripple, they've been displaying interbank payments basically instantaneously through XRP, right? So that is kind of where we are. So XRP should be a big beneficiary, and that is one of the ramifications there. We got BNB at the moment is sitting at number 5, down 0.8% at $775. We've got Solana there at number 6, down 3.9%, $183. Now, obviously, with more cash flow coming into crypto, we're expecting a lot more speculation. And so Solana there with the old meme chain expected to do really well. And why do we keep track of Jack Levin's X1 chain? Is going to be the first fork of Solana, and it's going to have all the bells and whistles of all the modern technology and tokenomics. So that's what we're looking for. It's going to have IGN layer, many other capabilities. So it's going to be really fun to see that out. And of course, rewards are paid out pretty cleverly as well. So we're looking forward to that. That could be a real big moon there. Keep track of that. We've got number 8 at the moment, Dogecoin, up down 4.5%, up 23 at 23 cents. That's been one of the better performers for the week, just tapering off a little bit. And then number 10 is Tron. It is sitting at number 10. It is up 1.4% at 31.5 cents as well. That will probably also be a benefit from stable coins to some degree as well. Now, obviously, we've had Cardano there flipped out of the top 10, sitting down there at number 11. It is down 2.3% today, and it would take a little bit of work, just a little bit of work to get back to the top 10 now. Some of the other pretty stellar performers have been Hyperliquid. You can now trade a Hyperliquid through the Pulse wallet on PulseChain, if many of you didn't know that, but you can actually do that, access the Hyperliquid. So it's pretty popular there, and there's some cool stuff there. Then we see some of the other well-known names below there in the top 20, Stellar, SuChain, Link as well, Chainlink, of course, Oracle, and so forth, and a couple of the wrap versions as well. Number 20, Bitcoin Cash, guys. Bitcoin Cash, they're sitting at $513 at the moment. So those are top 20. Best performer in the last 24 hours has pretty much been Ethereum, actually. No, Tron up slightly, 1.4%. And we've got, I guess, Lido as well, up 1.7% there. And then we've got the best performer in the last week happens to be Lido / ETH, I would say, and then followed shortly behind by BNB. So top performer in the top 100, we got Ethna there, number 48, is up 23%. Pudgy Penguin's been in the leaderboard here for quite a few days. Meme coin there at 56 is up 22%, and then Uniswap, funny enough, has made its position known, up 14.5%, sitting at number 33 right now. So those are the makes there. Interesting enough, down at number 5 is Ethereum Classic, 11.2%. Now, how many of these fork coins like Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic has Richard Hart holding? It's something you can think about. I don't know. That'd be pretty interesting. We got Property View in the house there. Sad to see the death of Hulk Hogan today. A legend. I did not know he had passed away. I did not know. Someone else made that comment up earlier. Wookie remembers Hulk Hogan. Oh, wow. I did not remember that. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, we remember Hulk Hogan. He'll be with the Lord now. He was a Christian, and he'll be with Jesus right now. So we don't say rest in peace because we're just going to heaven. So there we go. We're just moving locations. Pretty much that. So wonderful. He'll be in glory in the presence of God. So he was just an incredible ambassador. We'll see him again soon. We got Sean in house there as well. The 15-year-old voice sounded like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it was almost like that. Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Oh yeah. We got what's the female one? Minnie, isn't it? Minnie Mouse, something like that. Yeah, I'll practice on that one. All right, so that is pretty much where we are on crypto. Let's jump over to PulseChain. We got PulseChain there at day 804 since PulseChain launched on the 30th of May 2023. We are now free from the SEC since the 7th of July. And of course, we're up 4.47%, so almost 4.5% on Pulse. Importantly, we're above 3,000. This is really exciting. And next one is 3,500. We're at quadruple 0334, and we're at 1/3 of the sacrifice price. So are things about to get lit? So we're going to see here. Who else we got down here? We got Sean says hormonal. I don't know if it's just me. It seems like the pulse cores seem to look like a powder keg. Can someone hand me a match? Mate, it looks like you might be very well right there, Sean. Is PulseChain about to get legit? Now, we expected at least maybe 4 to 6 weeks after PulseChain had the SEC go away that we would start to get a rally on PulseChain, right? Because typically it's always delayed, right? It's always delayed after the good news. Is it coming? Is it about to happen? Are we on that precipice of greatness? We're about to put some fuel, someone about to get a match and light it up. But it's definitely getting close to this sort of range. We got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0247, 4.8%. And then we got the buy and burn at 7.47% at the moment. And of course, including the OA, we're sitting at 1.04%, but we exclude the OA. We kind of consider it just like a central bank. And we got incentive token there is at up 1.9%, and that is $1.58. And then we've got Hex at the moment sitting just below 3/4 of a penny, and that is up 6% today. And that will probably continue to run. Today. We got EHEX up real nice, up 2,200th of a penny. And man, EHEX just seems like a buy right now. EHEX just looks like fish and chips, We got Crypto Jackson House. We are free. Smash that like and subscribe. Says Crypto Jack. Absolutely, we're free from the SEC. And not only free, but we smashed them down like David and Goliath. That's pretty much it. So pretty cool. Looking good there. So let's jump over to the gas prices. We're sitting at 2 million beats, 2 cents for a PulseX swap. Pretty cheap over on PulseChain. Validator's 52,235. That's gone up a little bit, hasn't it, today? So that's nice to see it creep up just a little bit. And then we've got the bridge. What's that looking like? 98.1 million. Woohoo! We're not far away from 100 million again. It'll be good to get back over that psychological level. But we're climbing a little bit there on the back of ETH today, probably, and EHEX as well as up, right? So that's kind of cool. EHEX starts recovering. Man, this thing's going to really rocket. Just Hex alone. If EHEX gets to 1 cent again, we're going to probably be close to $100 million. That's going to put us at about $180 million based on this account. EHEX recovers, man. This thing's going to start ranching up the hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Maybe EHEX gets to 10 cents. OMG. It's game on. We're starting to get into the billions of dollars here on bridge value. EHEX is kind of the odd one in this list, to be honest, but it is bridge, so I guess we'll include it there. It is pretty crazy as well. And when DAI is back over 19 million on DAI, so that's good news. And a ETH there, we're looking for that to climb back over 7,000, so keep a lookout for that. That's kind of some play there. I don't have my chart updated. I'm a couple of days behind, so I'm going to have to get onto that, but that is going to come up as well. What else? We got the charts here. Let me just think I'm on the wrong side here. We're going to go back to PulseChain and have a look at the top movers here. Let's just get this all sorted. Okay, so we've got PulseLand. We talked about this. This is a new project launching on PulseChain. It was showcased in the Monster thread, I think edition number 10. That was out there, and PulseLand, I think, was previewed in Monster number 10. It may have been 9, but I think it was 10. And we're on, obviously, Monster 11 is out at the moment, and Monster 12 is coming up next Monday. So keep a lookout for that. All right, so we've got PulseLand. It has just come out and been around for 5 hours here, 13 days on this original pair, but really started to rocket up today, up 200% on the Pulse pair, on the ETH pair, up 100% today, sitting around about 4.06100. So that's 4.06100 on the US dollar price. So it's kind of cool to see that move. Let's have a quick look at the chart, shall we? And see what the action there. Yeah, it's just been pumped just in the last few hours. Look at that. Just pump in the last sort of half a day. Not half a day. Yeah, maybe half a day. And it's been around for a little bit longer than that. Here's the chart right now. So some early movers there. Now, PulseLand is apparently launching. Here it is here on the website. But it's going to be our first, 3D metaverse. We do kind of have a little bit of a 3D metaverse in Mafia game, but it wasn't really quite what we thought. I mean, you can zoom in and out down on a 2D plane, but it's not really 3D like this. This is a proper 3D environment. That one's more like a 2D where you're coming down from a 3D what do they call it when you do that? Sky, I can't remember the exact word, but sky view or something like that. I can't remember now. But this is coming. So find your people, explore diverse events, and spark your creativity in a virtual world built and owned by the community. So that's pretty cool. If you click the play button, it's not going to work yet because it's not launching until the 3rd of August. But you can join the socials. So there we go. There's a little plug there for PulseLand, and the price there is pumping up there as well. So coming up for launch, is this going to have a multi-day rally into the launch? I don't know. You decide. but that is coming to PulseChain. The first, I would say, true metaverse with a proper 3D environment from the looks of it. So that'll be fun to see that play out. All right, get a home, get an office, buy real estate. I don't know. We'll see how big this world is. How big is this world going to be? We shall see. Of course, you can get yourself a little avatar as well. Start dancing out on the patio, do some workouts, whatever it is. So that is coming, Pulse Land. All right, so kind of cool. We also had, we got Blitz there at the moment, up 45%. So we had this new farm launch, right? New farm launch, and it's been on a tier, hasn't it? Been on a tier. Automatic PulseX rewards to all holders, auto liquidity boost, etc. And we've got the website for that too, I think. Got the website for that. Bam, let's go. So this is here, Pulsalium, I guess, Pulsalium, and it's been pretty popular. Making mad gains and all that sort of stuff. So that's just launched. It's got a rewards tracker. You can post your wallet in there. It's got the Pulsalium in there. It's got all the tokens, Blitz, Hexagon, and Ink rewards, so you can earn PulseX, Ink, or so forth, depending on the token, which is pretty cool. It's got the farms, of course. You can go farming in here. So it's brand new there. Got some high yields on these as well. Matched with some of the Richard Hart core coins. It's got a swap, so you can do some swapping here, and a bridge. I don't know if that's live actually. The swap, is the swap live? It's not rendering anyway, so maybe it's not live. Oh, it is live. It is live. There it is. And then of course we've got the bridge as well. So not sure whose bridge they're using. Maybe they're using Ramp Now or somebody. Oh, just like they're using the official bridge. So the official bridge there too. So just using some existing API, or at least showing the sites inside the website there. So that is Pulsalium, and they've got a couple of tokens there. Obviously still doing pretty well. Had a bit of a pullback here, but still doing pretty well there. And typically we see farms do pretty well, in particular the first couple of days, but maybe more sustainable than that. We'll keep a lookout for that. We've got obviously another one related to that is the RS Ink rewards. So they're all together. We've got Teddy Takeover up 24% as well. So, we've got a couple under 100%. We've got 45% for the new farm. We've got Teddy Takeover on 24%, having a recovery after that big rapid sell-off. So that is on the move. Look at that. So probably still got quite a bit of room to move there. The RSI is still not overheated yet on the daily. And I'm sure the weekly's got a bit more room there on the old Teddy Takeover. Yeah, it's all the way down. Look at that, 38. And let's have a look at the shorter time frame for 4 hours. I don't know how I lost that, but 4 hours. And we'll see how that's going. Yeah, it's a little bit overbought. Might need to consolidate around these levels at the moment. But keep a lookout for that. That is Teddy Takeover. What else we got going? We got a few more. We got Your Mum is up 18%. We got Curve is up 17%. Peppy, which is RH1. Someone mentioned this earlier, right? Someone mentioned RH1, so let's go find that comment. Scroll back up here. Yeah, Hex to Mars, RH Peppy there. Well, that is definitely on the move. We'll give a little look at that. It's currently at 1/1200th of a penny, and that is on the move. Look at that. Whoa. No wonder you're pretty happy with that, Hex on Mars. Look at that thing. That is up nicely. Look at that. What's that up? We're on the daily chart. It's up a 9x in 35 days. So actually, it was even higher than that, actually. Yeah, 9.4x on 35 days. So congratulations on that. That thing has been a rock star. And it's a pump tires, right? Pump tires. So that is continuing to push higher there. I'm not sure what the ownership is, but you can check that out. I'd typically check that out. But that is pretty cool. All right. What else there? We got PDC the Grays has been on the move recently too, right? Breaking new levels. So it's been pretty cool. Let's go down into the Pulse version. It's at 0.0062 at the moment. So moving towards losing a zero, is it? And maybe getting into that 1/10 of a penny mark. Before we get to there, though, we got Hex pump tires. So that's up 13% at the moment. RSI World oversold up 12% as well. Let's have a quick look at PDC. And check out this chart. This is breaking new levels. And a big shout out to Prairie Banana and all the team over there, doing a great job promoting the old PDC, the first DAO and probably the number one DAO. Although I must say that Crypto Paradise is out there shaking up there. And of course, just had a big whale exit at the old surf token. So it might be something you want to think about picking up back off the back of 1 cent. We're going to check that out too. But that is the PDC. Token breaking out 0.004500 was the sort of resistance. It's broken past that now. It's not up at the next resistance, which is exactly where it is at the moment, 6,400. It is getting a bit overheated here, so maybe it consolidates around here as well before trying to take on the next targets, which would be losing a zero pretty much. Getting into that 1/10 of a penny mark up here. That'd be the next target here. So might have a bit of bit of a cool off here. Let's see what the 4 hourly is like. It's probably got a little bit room, maybe get 64. It's going to certainly, I think, struggle here. Let's see. The weekly's probably got plenty of room in it, but it probably needs to consolidate. Yeah, so the weekly's got plenty of room to tackle that previous high and move higher. But it probably needs just a little breather right now just to call that daily RSI off, I should say. So looking good. Otherwise, had a very stunning rally. We got to UFO. It's kind of the sister or the child one is up 11% as well. We got Doge pump tires up 10%. And Monet Money from that ecosystem is also up at 9.8. What else have we got going here? We've got Secret Token, Secret Conspiracy number 22 up 8%. We got the PulseChain there. We talked about that. The Hex A is the other token that's also part of that new farm. And you earn, of course, I think it's Hex. You earn Hex with that. What else? We've got Communist. Now, there's more and more people talking about Communist. Have you noticed that? So more and more people talking about Communist. It is tied to the Hex T-share rate, right? It's got this pretty cool mathematics there. It was a pretty much, I think, an airdrop to Hex T-share stakers. The longer you stake, the more Communist you got. Has up 7.2%, and we are expecting a lot of big things coming up for that. Apparently, rumors on the street is that there's more coming around for Communists. So we'll talk about that when it comes up. We could see potentially some big stuff there. I'm going to find out more details, but that is the word on the street. Time Dinner from Internet Money is up 7%, and of course we've got Best Everything up 6.7% as well. The Fitzgerald Company is a number of community members out there. I think on Mo's show they had a coverage of the Fitzgerald Company. That's up 6.5% there. We've got a couple of rising community members there on that project. Sparta at the moment 6.4%. Obviously on the back of Hex, got a Hex DAO, right? And then of course we've got number 32 Up X token. Of course this is a good old Haunted out there with Validator X and a number of other products. So this is on the move as well, 6%. Pump tires, the main tires, I guess is another RH one. Pump tires there up 6%. And then we got Secret Conspiracy. We talked about that up. The Trump pump tires is also up 5.5%. Doubt pump tires up 5.5% as well. So we've got quite a few pump tires here sitting in the top 40. And then followed by X associated, I think, with Crypto Paradise. And was it Coach? Is it Coach? I think it is. And then we've got ALGO also back on the back of Hex as well. So we've got Sparta on the backing of Hex with its down. And we've got ALGO is also benefiting on the back of Hex as a leverage. That is up 5% also. Looking at Incognito in there as well. I think there's on the move 5%. What else is good looking good here? We're almost coming up to the top 50. PMX 500 up 5%. Top Hat from Crypto Coffee up 5%. And then we've got good old Hex there sitting at 74 hundredths of a penny, 0.75% almost. But is this about to move again? Is this about to go again? Yeah, boy. Let's have a good look. Let's go have a look at the volumes here. And is this about to move for the big move? I'm feeling like it is. But we're definitely getting to that zone, very close to that zone. We've got the RSI of 48 on the weekly. On the daily, we've not overbought yet, so we're at 66. So we've still got a bit more room to move, in my view. This has played out very well with the old the old green circles here. And potentially we've got more room to move on this one. 4 hourly, let's have a look at that's going. Yeah, it's come off, overheated, right? We're overheated here. We had a pullback, and it's come back down nicely, touched the 50, and now is at 62. And I think it's got more room to move here. So, yeah, expecting that to continue to rise. Kind of cool for Hex. Will we get a God mode candle? Will we get that? I don't know. What do you reckon, Richard? Just one moment. I'm going to give Richard a call. Just one moment. Let me see here. Richard, can you give us an update on the old Hex and what we're going to get a God mode candle? Let us know. Someone's at the door, guys. Someone's at the door. Just one moment. I just got to go get it. Okay, guys, we've got a special guest. Talking about God mode candles, aka Richard Hart. So let's hear from him now.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
So there we are. Thank you, Richard, for coming in, especially to give us that news. So we could very much see a God mode candle there for Hex. Oh, that's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in, but it is. We got PulseX at number 48, up 4.3%. That gets into our top 50. So we're pretty good with the top 50. We've got lots of others that are slightly green as well. Gopher's a bit on the move. They're $128, 9mm. Of course, the second biggest DEX at 3.8%. We are expecting those to re-rate, right? All the DEXs when we get the run on. Just take note of that. And of course, 9-inch as well is down here as well, isn't it? 9-inch. Where do we see that? What I want to talk about is Surf Token, though. I'm going to pull that out. We've got Surf Token, and that is sitting at 1.1 cents. Now, the whale has sold out. So, whale was dumping this down, apparently, and that apparently is out now. So, it's at 1.1 cents. So, this could be a perfect time to pick up the old Surf Token. It's the tip of the day. The tip of the day there for the crypto. And there we go. Yeah. It's 1.1 cents. The whale has sold, and you need 200,000 to get into the DAO and get all the perks of the DAO. But we also know the Crypto Paradise Show has gone to daily shows. Daily shows, guys. So very, very exciting for that. The more the merrier, right? The more the merrier. Can't just have the Kryptonite show being the only daily show of significant size. We've got to have more shows because we've got to reach a lot of people, and it's we need a ton. We need an army of influencers out there doing a lot of cool stuff. So get out there, folks. Get out there. What else there? It's like Max Headroom, says Wookie. Yeah, it's a bit like Max Headroom. Yeah. Brendan says, "Do we know the developers of PulseChain?" I think we do. Yeah, I think we do there. Yeah, we do on X. Yeah, I think that's on the Monster Thread 10. You can see the developers on that one. I think it's 10. Yeah. I just don't remember the top of my head, but we do know. I remember looking at it. All right, so 1.1 cents at the moment, the old Crypto Paradise. There we go. Let's see what else we got going. We got RhinoFi coming up the mix there. It's up 3%. We're going to keep a lookout for RhinoFi out there. Another cool dynamic tokenomics ecosystem, different from others. It's got some different setups on that. So we're going to check out RhinoFi. You're going to hear more about that coming up. So kind of cool. RhinoFi. And of course, SolidX. We're waiting for the big SolidX to unleash the power of SolidX from Firewhale, one of our two big public whales. We are waiting for that to launch, right? So keep a lookout for that. The old SolidX coming up there. That's going to be pretty epic. So at the moment, a very friendly entry price around $9.16. And you could see that based on the history. But man, this thing could potentially unleash something bigger than just about everything on PulseChain. So keep a lookout for that. It's going to be pretty huge. This is my Magnificent 7, if I remember rightly. I have to go back and remember what my Magnificent is, but I'm pretty sure. My Magnificent 7. I think we got PDC, the Greys, SolidX, and Soil Sun Mini Meal, right? But that Soil Sun Minis, you got to just be a bit more patient. It's got to roll out a lot of its corporate stuff, so just have to be patient there. 2 more weeks. No, we are expecting big updates here for Soil Sun Mini Meal. It's getting tapered off at the moment. We had a big whale roll the price. So all these big red candles were one big whale. Essentially, there were a couple others on top of it, but essentially they were rolled by one big whale, selling out 8.8 million tokens. And of course, must have been a hexagon or something. They seem to love just a lot too much there about hex. But at the moment it is struggling to recoup there, 3.4 cents. We had the next big news we're expecting for Soil Sun Mini Meal is September, pretty much. We're expecting the Floyd market listing and other things there around the customer buying. That's all, September, pretty much around that ballpark. We'll give you a proper update on that one. That is coming up there. They've got lots of things planned, but not really much at the moment. But the buying bin's still coming in, so we're going to keep addressed to that. But that is more of an investment. You have to pay your, just have a bit of patience with that one. Pick up the dips on the way, and the dips are right there right now, as you can see. And the RSI definitely oversold here on the daily at 26. So a good place to start picking up the old Soil Sun Mini Meal there. All right, so that's pretty much it. We're going to leave it there on the old PulseChain, Pulse Gains. PulseChain, Pulse Gains. We're getting crazy on the show today. Wookie, Brendan says, I thought it was Wookie at the door. Nah, he'd be like, with the lasers banging down the door. All right, let's jump over there. Don't forget, if you're on X, don't forget to share the show as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. If you're on X, smash the subscribe button. If you want to get into the Strategy Club, only $35 a month. Join up. Links in the video description. And, of course, you can also join as a community member as well. That's only $12.50 a month as well. We're the only ones with the crypto outline, and we've got all the links in there about everything. So get in there, and we've got the best bunch of people. So join up today if you want to get in with the cool kids. Get in with the cool kids. Right, we've got Titan X. Next. Should we go change the view? Let's do that. Let's change the view a little bit. We've got Titan X, and we're currently got a little bit of a move on Titan X. So this could be the bottom, right? This could be the bottom. And of course, what would give us some confidence about that? Well, obviously, it's reached the bottom here pretty much. Now, with the ETH is the side we're watching, right? The ETH side, not the US dollar side. The ETH side is at pretty much all-time lows. So, is this the bottom? ETH, of course, is pumping, and this is being undervalued. I think Titanix, even with the lack of certain things, the buy and burn, it's being undervalued right now. Now, is it undervalued if you can get a better deal somewhere else? Well, that's pretty much what's happening, right? I think that's people saying, hey, look, I can get a better somewhere else. But actually, on the ETH chart, this may very well be the bottom. And we've got Taurus out there, right, which is crushing it, right? Taurus has been doing really well. So we're going to be talking about that in a minute. So, yeah, that is pretty much the Titanix chart there. Let me just make sure everything is good. We're going to refresh some of these. And get in the chat there, folks. If you guys have been checking out any of these tokens so far, what your favorite tokens are, let us know in the chat there. And if you're on X, don't forget to write in the comments underneath the live video. Definitely do that. Wookie doesn't wait for somebody to open the door. He just walks in, says Wookie. How about that? All right, so that's it. We've got the daily stats for Taurus coming up. So it's pretty exciting. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chart. We're at 10 zeros, 5,500. So we're just off the bottom, really, which is 10 zeros, 5,000 on the old Titanix. Looks pretty friendly place to get into at the moment. Let's go to the US dollar chart, and we're going to have a look at that on the daily. And we can see that we have come off the bottom there at 1,100, 6 zeros, 1,100. We're now at 6 zeros, 2,000. So not quite double. We did get up to 2,700 earlier. And of course, that is a log. Now, what we want to talk about here is we're still up from the bottom. What's that? 77% on the percentage gains is the mark at the moment. Now, what I want to talk about was the buy and burn on here. We have got the buy and burn sitting at the moment. We've got 68 trillion tokens liquid. This was actually dipped below 68 earlier today. So it's a little bit of Titanix coming in there. And we're sitting at $13.6 million. But the buy and burn value is greater than $13.6 million. It is 16.3. So what we're almost $3 million got more money than it is the value of the liquid tokens at the moment. Obviously, that's based on the current market price. But we also have, on top of that 16, we also have the payout for the 888 day, and that is another $4 million. So we're sitting over $20 million sitting in the Titanix there in terms of ETH of $20 million. Obviously, if we get a 4 or 5x from here to the end of the year, that quickly gets close to $100 million, right? So that's why I'm saying the Titanix chart is way oversold. But at the moment, the market says, well, maybe I've got better places for my money, and then I can come back to Titanix. So that's I guess the counterplay on that at the moment. Straight to the fridge, says Brennan. Straight to the fridge. Utah crypto and house there. Trump visiting Powell was a boss move. It was indeed. I did talk about that at the beginning of the show, and of course, he made Powell look pretty silly there as well. All right, so let's see what else we got going. We got Hydra at the moment. Hydra there is also got a buy and burn, and so has DragonX got a buy and burn. Now, good news around DragonX is the ratio is back at 12, so it recovered a little bit there. But these are all packing back buy and burns as well as Helios. And Helios has got a new product coming out from the dude, right? It's coming out onto PulseChain, by the way. So it's going to be coming, and of course we're excited about that. All the way down, is it? Oh, it must be on the new list, is it? Surely it's on the new list here. No, it's not even on the list. Mike Dean might need to hear about that, but that is coming. I think it's Janus Towers, if I remember rightly. That is coming to PulseChain. We're going to hear about that. So very, very cool. And of course, they've already got a product on PulseChain. So there is obviously they've got where's the product here? It's called Janus anyway. Janus on PulseChain. It's kind of like an index on PulseChain, and you can get access to that from Helios and the team there. So you can actually find it on the Helios website. But they're also going to get part of that payout that we talked about, that $4 million. So, yeah, good, exciting things coming from that team. That gets us into, I guess, Taurus. Taurus is having a lot of action. And as you guys know, I think this is pretty exciting tokenomics. I really do. Now, the more people that come into it, the more self-fulfilling it actually becomes. So it's kind of funny like that. You know why? Because it has the inflation distribution model. It distributes even more. The more people come in, the more distributed the token is. So normally when more people come in, you think, oh, they're going to have all these people, particularly getting so much of the supply, and that becomes a problem. Well, this is the opposite. This is the more people come in, the supply gets spread out. So it becomes potentially that's a sustainable feature right? Because if there's more people with more tokens, it just means maybe there's not as much dumping. We'll find out, but that's generally the idea, and this is kind of the innovation there that we're going to see. So very excited about that. Not only that innovation with the distribution of supply is also matched, of course, with the staking ROI, where it seesaws between creating and staking. And if we get down to about 10 million Titanex per torus, we sort of trigger, and then of course staking becomes more profitable. And so there it's the idea: will we see people drive into staking yields if that does occur? If we get a correction in that Titanex ratio, at the moment we're sitting at about 43 million Titanex per torus, which is early days, right? So early days. But yeah, it's going to be fun to see this place out, and this is really quite genius. Really, very different from all the other Titanex stuff we've seen before. This is really an attempt to create buying pressure and then making a sustainable project. So this is the whole thing with the tokenomics. That's why we love it. And so far, it's very early days though. We're on day 15, so 2 weeks. 2 weeks in, we're on day 15, 6 hours and 54 minutes. Still relatively early in a protocol like this, but it is. It's always better to get into day one, the current day, than is tomorrow, because the mathematic curves all slowly make it less and less and less for you. So yeah, at the moment we've got 98,885 in the daily payout pool. That's always going down every day, and that's adding to the total future supply, but it goes down every day at the moment. And then of course we've got the allocation at the moment. We've got 49% in the LPs. We got stake torus at 6,200. We got the burn torus at almost 1,500, and we're just below 2,400 liquid, which has gone down from yesterday. But we only have a very small supply of torus in the market, 18,462. And as we said, only 2,400 is actually liquid at the moment, so sitting in people's wallets. So it's not a lot, but we are expecting future inflation bumps later on. Yeah, so pretty exciting. Now, the key one I'm looking out for is the shares. Remember I said the more people come in, the more distributed the token gets. Well, we're at 2.13 billion shares so at the moment. So the more that grows relative to what you're holding, if you're not topping up your shares, then you will get slowly less and less and less of the reward pool. And by my account, if you're in day one on Taurus and you're in now today, day 15, after the 14th day payout, you'd be down, your emission rate will be probably down about half. So that's kind of an idea there. There's a little bit of insights there from the old Kryptonite show. That is kind of the place it does. If we do accelerate in growth, we get a boom in adoption, then that will accelerate, right? That will accelerate there. So just take note. Now, the buy and burn is capturing a lot of the value that's going into the protocol. I think about 85% or something like that. It's capturing a lot of the value. We've got $100,000 in ETH, $200,000 in Titanex. That will go up and down with the value of ETH. Remember, Titanex is a leverage on ETH. So if ETH goes up and then Titanex goes up relative to ETH, then that's going to go up way faster, right? So these numbers could blow up if Titanex decides to blow up and ETH blows up. If ETH gets to 15K and then Titanex goes up against ETH, then these numbers could quickly head into the multi-million dollars, right? So if assuming they haven't been used up, it's not spent. We've got the buy and burn, also looking pretty good with 200,000. And then we've got the fractal at the moment with about 135,000 in there as well. So heading back, I think this, close to 650,000, something like that. Yeah, so 300. 500, 635. Yeah, so heading back towards that 650,000 captured. And of course, the more people go in, the bigger that will be. And current Taurus price at the moment, $8.82. So a little bounce back from yesterday. We're down at about $8.30. So nice bounce back there. And of course, the earning there, what are people doing? They're creating because the yield looks so sweet, 16,000%. And staking at the moment is 3.5%. 1,000%. Remember, this is one of the magical things. If the ratio and the price does pull down to Titanex, then this will flip over. Creating will be less, the lower ROI will be lower than the staking, whatever that will be in the future. And of course, that's going to be subject to price, etc. And so that is kind of the play at the moment. What else are we going to say about that? I think there was a little change in the toggles. Yeah, you got this new feature here, estimated ROI, including Taurus. You can look at the total or the daily. So if you click the daily, it's going to tell you what the daily yield is. So 182% a day, guys, a day at the moment at the current metrics. Now, I expect a lot of these things to change in time. So we're going to look at what that might mean. At the moment, we've got the June report here because a little bit of insights. And so, yeah, we're going to a little bit of insights there. We've got $786,000. This will move around with the value of ETH, of course, and the value of Titanex and the value of of those two things. Let's have a look at the total ETH deposit, 68.65. It says 2.66 trillion, but we know that we've already got 2.73 trillion Titanix has gone in through Titanix. It's a little bit lagged. I don't know what the definitional issue is there, but it's a little bit behind. And then, of course, we got the future supply. Now, we said we only had 18,500 supply now. Remember that. That's very important. And we're going to have 10.1 million so far in the future. And, of course, every day that we get added, we get less than 99,000 added to it. So just remember that. But that's going to be distributed by more and more people. The more people that enter, at least the more creations that there are, this will get lower and lower, or get distributed amongst more and more people. So this is the part of the, I would think, part of the magic of the Taurus protocol. Pretty crazy. So yeah, we've got this candle here. We've been watching this top candle. Remember Titanix when we had day 280 in Titanix, everyone was fearsome. Oh, we're going to have an absolute massive crash. But actually, we ended up having a rally for a couple of months after that, even though we had more inflation. Well, this is even better deal than that, right? Because we don't have all these big candles, everyone coming in making bigger and bigger candles. We have one supplier getting distributed to more and more, so the candles are getting less. So we're going to even have a bigger hyper move afterwards. It seems like that would be the logical inference, but we will see. And at the moment, this has gone down. I think in the first day, this candle was about 4.7 million. It is now below 2.3 million. So it's 4.7. It's now below 2.3. So it's gone below half of what it used to be because it's getting distributed out to more and more people as they come in. And so it's being distributed here. Now, when I say more people, I've got to be very careful with that because we have people that can make creations. You can make 10 creations, 20 creations, 30 creations, right? So that you can still have people like that. But actually, the more unique people that come in truly is getting more distributed from that point of view. And of course, these candles in the future all get spread out pretty much. And you can see this is dropping like flies right now. Well, how low will this get? So we've still got miles to go, right? We're only on day 15, which is about just before here. And we've got all these days to go before we get into some decent inflation. So it depends on what day you want to pick, but day 60 maybe, or even day 70. So somewhere in there, obviously, is probably, let's say, day 70. We've still got all these days. So like, 55 days to go. And how flat is these towers going to get? A lot flatter, guys, a lot flatter. And then, of course, will we get a big rally, or will we get people dumping? Will we get people staking? Because the old idea, the maths benefit stakers. And, of course, what will happen to the price in that time. So there we go. It's going to be interesting to see. But, yeah, with the next big inflation, we haven't had any inflation. That's why we've only got 8,500 coins, and they're getting burned off, right? But tomorrow, day 16, we're going to have our first inflation, 10 tokens. 10 tokens coming out. Well, it's a non-event. It's a non-event. We got 10 tokens there. That's day 17. We got just over 100, 136. That's a non-event as well, really. Probably won't have too much impact on the chart. And then we've got day 18. We've got 295. Yeah, depending if they sell them all, they might just stake them all. Who knows? We'll see. But because they're short, they're likely to be sold, so they will possibly have a little dent in the chart, possibly. But we've got people buying tokens to go staking, so they may offset that, right, and nullify all that token movement there. So nothing really too much to worry about there. We've got accumulated, of course. We've got more coming out in the days here, but really day 16 was the first day we started to have little dribbles, and we don't really have big amounts. And the first big day is day 27, and then we've got 1,571 tokens coming out. What will they do? They're kind of trying this ROI side of they're trying to play ROI protocol on a staking platform, because really Taurus is a staking protocol with the mirage of an ROI protocol on it. Right? So this is the psychology we're going to see. So it's going to be pretty interesting to have see how this goes. We've got Francia in the house there. Hello. Good to see you, Francia. And a Wookiee has to jump out right now. I'll catch you later, Wookiee. See you in the Discord. All right, so coming up to an hour almost. So yeah, let's see where we're going. So that is the play. So it's going to be pretty fun. What else have we got to say about this? Let's see here. We've got 1,127 creations. So there's people that have created Taurus positions, basically, kind of miners, but they're not the same thing exactly. So obviously you're just getting more shares, basically. That's when you're creating. And of course, you don't have too much control over the supply. You're not making like more supply like Titanix. You're just getting more shares of a fixed profile I'm trying to say of Taurus, which is 10.1 million at the moment. We've got 129 stakes. And what is probably the most important thing? We've been looking at what is the adoption profile going to be? Are we going to have a runaway? Are we going to have a runaway where it starts running away and people FOMO? At the moment, we're getting a flat line, which is better. It's better than decline. But we've got a flat line. We've been getting about 35 creations a day. You can see that for 5 days in a row, it's pretty much been 34 to 36 creations. So we're flatlined. Are we going to get a pickup? That's the question. Are we going to get a pickup? Because a pickup would get that share rate would get reallocated, and that future inflation would get radically reallocated. So that's a cool thing. I'm waiting to see that. Now, obviously, if you're earning a lot of Taurus at the moment, you would like that to be a bit later than now, right? You want to be, let's take off, but let's leave it a few weeks, kind of thing, right? That's kind of the idea. But at the moment, we are ticking away there, and day 15, we're already up to 18. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. So that is a key metric here. It's going to affect a lot of the tokenomics. So keep a look out for that, as well as stakers, right? Stakers affect buying on the market and then staking. And so I think we'll probably get a little bit of uplift in staking once we start getting some of those inflation days coming out, starting from day 16 or day 17, really. We're going to have people potentially buying that. We'll see whether the buying is bigger and staking is, and of course, not just staking, but speculators as well, is bigger than the amount of inflation. And a good chance we'll have that, at least for potentially the first 50 days, like we say. Or 60 days, you say. Let's say 60 days. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. We do have a couple of days, like this day here, day 47. It's 14,300. That's definitely going to test the chart. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But maybe someone in there decides, hey, I was going to sell these, but maybe I'm just going to stake it all and get more high yield. Let's see what happens. But that is the play there at the moment. I think we've gone through all the key metrics. Yeah, we've got a very low supply at the moment, and we've got a high burn percentage there, very low liquid holders. And you can see the liquid holders, they don't hold many tokens. Look at that. Hardly anything. Look, see, hardly anything there. They can impact the chart with those, but hardly anything, really. So kind of cool. All right, so that is that. We've got a new website for Taurus, taurusinfo.fyi. So this is brand new. This has come out as well. And so you can check that out. This is from crypto, someone in the community. They've got the graphics. They've got the graphics of Taurus. So that's kind of cool. And what are the metrics? They've got the current Taurus. They've got the amount of shares, the ether input, the Titanx burned, the percentage there, stake metrics. What the stake metrics are there? 33% of Taurus is staked, etc. So we've got all that in there. The average stake size. What else they got there? ETH. They got the metrics, the create metrics. How many people have created stuff? What the average Titan size is for creation. That's probably interesting if you're thinking about how much you want to put in. That's a good metric for you to think about. And then, of course, they've got the maximum possible supply, and all positions maintain their shares. And that's a really cool chart. So kind of cool. And you can check that out. It's kind of neat. We've got max supply from stakes, from creates. So max supply there at the moment is at up the top here. Taurus supply. So kind of cool. That's 30 days. It gives you a time frame. So 30 days is not going to be a lot, right? So you're looking at what's that? Over 45,000 at the moment. It's 18,500. So looking at 45, and most of that's coming out from the creations, which is in purple. Staking stuff coming out that's not that high, relatively speaking. Certainly, all of it can impact the market at the moment because we've got such a low base. But we look at 60 days. It's going to change dramatically, no doubt. Yeah, there we go. So 60 days, we go from 45. Another 30 days, we're up to over 350,000. That's what I'm saying. Supply will change a lot, and therefore we're going to see the demand dynamics and the price probably, take effect there. And will we get a FOMO in that time? Will we get a lot of demand suddenly pick up that will help to absorb some of the supply and see what prices hold up there? Obviously, 88 days. That's the first 88 max date creation day there. We've got that as well. We can see we jump all the way up to 10.1 million or whatever it was. So that is way up high there. It's actually higher than that, 11.1. What's it, 11.9? 10.9 is it? We're all the way up here. And yes, it's got 11 there on the old picture there. So things will change dramatically in terms of supply from where we are 8,500 today. We're going to have 11 million by that day, which is October the 13th. Things are going to be a different world there as well. And if we take all time, which is a lot further, then we're also day 96, right? Day 96, we're going to have 11.2 million supply, 11 million from creation, 135,000 from stakes. So there we go. Current supply is only 18,500. So the world's going to change quite a bit there. But that doesn't mean that price necessarily, can still do some pretty cool things. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. Some really nice charts in here. Look at this, all the creations and all the stakes. It's got like ending future stakes there, so you can all see when the stakes coming out. As we said, day 18, we've got these stakes coming out at the moment, which is kind of cool. And of course, we've got all these Taurus creations as well. So there's all the Taurus that has been created. So really cool charts here as well. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out. There's so much more to cover. But yeah, very cool. We're going to probably cover this more in depth next time. Look at all the charts they got. Fantastic, right? Absolutely fantastic. We'll cover that in depth next time. All right, so that is kind of cool. Nice work there. Now, the other big thing, of course, coming from Taurus is going to be is the fact that the Trade Wars, which is an Ali Kane product, I believe, is going to be taking Taurus as a reward. So it's got Taurus will have its first protocol that's going to be supporting that. So we might be able to bring that up. Still see me? No, it disappeared. What? Oh, there. It's all frozen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know. It's frozen. Probably a good time to finish the show. We're frozen. All right, let's end the show because I think it's done. I think something's going on there. I'm gonna have to check, see why, but just the way it is. All right, catch you guys next time. Bye for now.